Hello, it's Aliya from Occult. I hope you're doing really well. It's been ages since my last video and I wanted to show you a few things that are different in the warehouse and some changes that have been made since you were last here. So this is my main sort of product storage and packing area. And this table was custom made by a friend of mine, Lee from Savage City Industries. It's got this cool shelf on the bottom where I can put all of my shipping boxes. This empty space is where my packing peanuts go. It's just currently being refilled at the moment, so that's just empty. And I love this bench because it's really wide, it's really long, and I can do so many things on here. Over the Easter long weekend, I had a little promotion where if you buy one of my mystery packs of soap, you can get free shipping. So that went gangbusters, and I've got quite a few orders to go out today. And I received a large wholesale order from a new stockist as well. So there's a bit going on here. Yeah, basically I lay them all out and, just try and get a good mix. These are some soaps I was packing and wrapping the other day. I've got to finish counting them and get them uploaded onto the website. And I've had some questions recently about what kind of packing, what kind of like branding you should have when you're first starting out and how to do it, when you're on a very, very fixed budget. This is one of those things that I've just sort of come up with over time. Custom printed tissue paper. It lasts for ages. I've only bought 2 rolls of this in the last nearly 3 years, and it goes on most of my, orders. And this shelf, this like ladder, is actually from IKEA. You can find it there. But what I'd like to do is have them upside down so that when I actually take the sheet off the ladder, then when I come to pack my box, everything's facing in the right direction. And it's just like these tiny little tweaks that save you a lot of time during the day. Doesn't seem like it, but it all adds up. And depending on the size of the order and what's going on into it, I've got different size boxes, small, medium, quite a few sizes of medium actually. And then there's a few different large ones. And then those mediums are my favorite. I save them for when I really need them. Here's some of the order packing things that I use. This is, water activated tape, and it's from No Issue. I personally wouldn't recommend this system. I would get it somewhere else. I've not been impressed. You can check out my TikTok for a pretty scathing review. I also use biodegradable plastic tape, the express labels the post office wants me to use. Let's see, some ways that I organize myself when I'm packing orders. I've got business cards and little welcome cards depending on where someone is in a customer journey. And stickers, because, who doesn't want some sort of little freebie extra? They're my logo ones that you get the first time you shop with us. And I've got these great swing tags that just make gifts look nicer. These ones I use on products that are going into bag toppers, just in case they're ever separated. You'll see that in a little while. Because just in case someone undoes the packaging and then, doesn't have a record of the ingredients anymore, that just refers them to the website. Almost out of those Ouija ones. Yeah. So about 65% of my sales come from repeat customers, which is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But I think I need to get some more stickers because my customers are ordering often enough that, these stickers must be getting a bit boring. This is what I do with the swing tags. I just get some really nice, string twine stuff from my florist supply shop. And another easy way to just jazz up your, boxes and semi-customize your packing materials without spending a whole, fortune is getting some wooden stamps made up. And that one there, that's actually special ink that goes onto fabric. So you can have them, so you can stamp them onto your boxes. You can just use normal paper ink for that, or you can get the special fabric ink and then iron them on to make it fix on blank calico bags. And that's what I've been doing for probably 3 years now. Okay, and tissue paper. I've got lots of different sorts. This is like a glassine paper. it'll last forever because I use this for my product samples. So just with each order, I just include a couple of, free samples. It's quite an economical way to do it. It's a bit more fiddly, but, And then this is the Zodiac paper that goes with the, Zodiac soaps if you have them gift wrapped. That's the rest of my supply. The standard, I've got plain in there as well, and then the spiderweb pattern is for Halloween. Yeah, and that's how I just trim them down and I use them for samples. Becomes quite cost effective. Yeah, and then I have the tissue paper just cut into various sizes so that, they're going to work with whatever box I'm going to, need to use for that order. I'm slightly terrified. I haven't done markets since about 2013, but I've signed up for a market and I'm doing one for Mother's Day coming up soon. And this is some of the stuff that I bought in preparation for it. That's a free apron I got. I don't really like it. A high-vis vest that you sometimes need for like bump in, bump out, which is cool. And then I've just got some black tablecloths there. You can get them printed, but I just decided it was a bit cheaper just to keep everything, uniform and in my brand colours. And I've got, 6 foot and 2 4 foots. And this is, just like some fake greenery that I got from a florist supply place. It's only here for the moment because I need somewhere to put it and it looks pretty. But I've got this cool frame that goes up around my market tables and I'm going to hang all of the greenery from that and just add a bit of height and interest to my display. Yeah, so that's where I keep my biodegradable packing peanuts. Take them from this big bag. I buy them in bulk. Having the van is so good for this because I save a ton in shipping. And then this is a new edition. I've had this since I think the middle of last year and I'm really into it. It's called Hex Wrap and there's quite a few suppliers that make it now, but you can get this roll. I recommend having the roller because it's just so easy. But I like to wrap my soaps in here and then that gives them a bit of extra cushioning. And because it's this like honeycomb, deal, you can wrap it around itself and you don't need sticky tape to then secure the wrap. And that just means that I sort of save a bit of room in the package so that I don't need to have as much of the packing peanuts because you can tear through them pretty easily if you're not careful. And they're not the cheapest, supply thing. So I found this to be the most economical way to make sure that I'm not overspending on packaging. I also think this is much easier to store and reuse for customers, and because I haven't used sticky tape, they can use all of it and keep all of it. So it just gives things extra cushioning too. And then I put packing peanuts around the sides and it's all snug and safe in there. Yeah, so of course I'm going to save that because why would you not? I just did a little demo, now I'm going to save it. So these are some big shipping boxes that I bought thinking it would be really convenient to have everything in one big box when I did a delivery to a local stockist. But as it turns out, once it's full, it's too heavy to actually lift, so I'm going to have to sell them on. And then I'm just reusing a big box that I've got from an order of something at home. It's on like a dolly on wheels. Whoops. And I just save packaging that I get from my suppliers. And then when I'm sending stuff off to my wholesalers, that's some black crinkle fill that I use for packing out gift boxes and stuff to make it look nice. So all this stuff gets reused, especially when it's going out to my my stockists or if I sell something on eBay or Marketplace or whatever and I've got to ship it. Because this stuff exists, right? There's a reason why it's reduce, reuse, recycle. So you really have to reuse this stuff. I know that a lot of brands prefer to not send out anything like this because they don't want to be adding to waste, but I really think that just hides and distorts the true issue because this comes from suppliers and there's no way around it. That's how they have to send it. It's got to be protected. So just make sure you reuse it, right? Here's some of the organizational things that I've got. When you're first starting out, it's sort of a cost-effective way of getting these little product cards. and bag toppers. I like to use these for some of the glycerin soaps that I make. And basically, yeah, they just come like that. I fold them, I get them, you know, so that they've been scored already. And then with some double-sided tape, I just trim that down to size and use that to adhere to the bag. And then I buy these genuine cellophane bags in bulk. The last time I bought them, I bought 1,000, and I'm honestly so surprised to see how low I am now. I get them gusseted because it means that I can fit sort of awkward size, you know, soaps, which is, if I'm doing glycerin soaps, they're always kind of a weird, you know, shape and size. So I get them so they've got the base and the gusset on the side. Yeah, and I mean, like, it's quite, I don't put a lot of effort into making these things look too aesthetic, which is why they don't really get photographed that often. But anyway, I digress. These are the little product labels that I use when a Zodiac soap is wrapped up and it's like gift like wrapped. I put that underneath so that if a customer's receiving a couple at once, they know, you know, which soap is which. The Zodiac soaps, these come on a roll. It's not my favorite thing, but each supply is different, right? So this was just the most cost-effective way of getting them done. As you can see, you know, I have things neat and tidy and organized, but I'm not going to go out and buy fancy, you know, boxes and stuff just to organize these things, because it's not really worth it. So don't feel bad for not having this, like, you know, perfectly aesthetic, you know, warehouse or workspace or studio or whatever. Oh, I almost drop it here. It's so heavy. Because, you know, it's, who cares, right? Yeah. And so another thing, when you're just first starting out, spend some time showing off to your customers the kinds of packaging that you do use, because people really appreciate knowing that your values are built into your brand, right? And so if you've got to charge a little bit more for shipping than another business would, that's cool, because you can say, hey, I'm using all these eco-friendly packaging materials and that costs money. So, you know, there we go. I've recently just gotten these and I'm so happy, because I've been using the, you know, calico bags and just hand stamping them for about 3 years. And it's hard to keep up, and I wanted something to look a little bit more fancy. So I have ponied up and bought these. They've been custom printed. And yeah, I haven't sort of unveiled them yet, so to speak. So that's a first sneak peek. Yeah, packing materials, labels, finished products, cutters, machinery, pots, warmers, molds, packaging, just, you know, so much stuff. Yeah, that's some fragrance and colours that I've got to put back into my cabinet. Got to finish packing up those soaps today, make some more samples. It's my little photography nook that's a bit neglected at the moment. Yeah, and then these are some soaps that I made the day before. I'll unmold them and split them. Yeah, keep on beveling, keep on packing. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at right now. It was good to chat, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.